Hello, everyone, and this is your daily dose of Idaho. Do you guys watch that show on the internet? It's so good. Mountain lion attacks, alligators, and a local locksmith. Those are just a few of the things we're going to cover in today's video. So, of course, be sure to stick around till the end because I'm definitely going to be saving the best for last. Are you thinking about moving to Idaho? My name's Craig Flood. I'm a local real estate agent here. And in today's video, I'm taking a break from city tours and pros and cons. And we're going to look at some of the most popular content on YouTube concerning Idaho, because I think it's a fun way to kind of give you guys an overview of Idaho that is a little off the beaten path. If you guys are thinking about moving to Idaho, you can call, text, or email days, nights, or weekends, or set up a Zoom call, whichever you prefer. My team and I get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you every day looking to relocate to Idaho, and we would love to be your guide to help you make that transition smoothly. A few of the things we're going to cover include a famous actor from Idaho, an old classic song about Idaho, the relationship between Oregon and Idaho and how they kind of want to merge, alligators of all things, and lastly, like I mentioned at the beginning, a mountain lion attack, which is the most popular video right now when searching Idaho on YouTube. So we're going to start off first with a familiar face, an Idaho native, and that's going to be Aaron Paul. Here is a video clip. If you were to search Idaho, you would find this. It was done by AD, Architectural Digest, and they essentially are highlighting his beautiful log cabin home in Idaho. Aaron Paul was actually born and raised in Emmett, Idaho, and you probably know him from Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad was actually a TV show that I got hooked on when I got cancer 10 years ago. When I was going through treatments, I spent a lot of time on the couch, and Breaking Bad was my show of choice. I found it very interesting. He actually sold a home, I think it was last year, here in Boise, a beautiful mid-century modern home. So if you're into mid-century modern, you should go check that house out. The pictures are lovely.
The locals, they call it Boise, and then people that aren't, they call it Boise. You know, it's fine. Boise's great. It's wrong, but it's great.
Now, we talked about a famous actor. Now we're going to talk about a catchy tune. Private Idaho is a single from the 1950s album Wild Planet by the American new wave band B-52. It is a very interesting song, and it's fun to kind of go back in time and listen to it and hear what people thought about Idaho and how they portrayed it in that song. Now, switching gears a bit from pop culture, we're going to talk about the relationship between Oregon and Idaho. There has been a lot of talk of certain rural parts of Oregon wanting to join up with Idaho. They find that they just connect better with us, are more in line with our politics, and kind of want to separate themselves from everything that is happening in Oregon. I do not blame them, as I moved over from Oregon and actually love it so much more here in Idaho.
For the past couple years, the Greater Idaho movement has gained a lot of momentum. Its goal is to convince both the Oregon and Idaho state legislatures, and then the United States Congress, to redraw the boundary between Oregon and Idaho.
But for this to happen, it would require a major legal process, and I think is very unlikely that it would actually come to fruition. So if you're moving to Idaho and you're an adrenaline junkie, you're gonna love this. Idaho is really known for its base jumping. There are some really good bridges to go jump off of, especially the Perrin Bridge in Twin Falls. It is one of the few man-made structures that you can legally base jump from year-round. I definitely wouldn't base jump. No way. Obviously, because you need a lot of training and other things, but I'm curious, would you bungee jump or would you go skydiving? Those are two things I want to do. Actually, there's some skydiving here in the Treasure Valley that I'm really tempted to go check out. But I'm curious in the comments below, have you done that or would you do that? All right, again, when you research Idaho on YouTube, one of the most popular videos is this couple as they are through hiking through the panhandle of Idaho onto Montana. And on this video, they essentially document everything they ate for dinner on their trip through. This is a perfect segue into the wilderness and hiking. Idaho is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And getting into the outdoors is such a treat and definitely a benefit if you choose to live in Idaho. You have things like the Sawtooth Mountains, which are just jaw-dropping. You also have Bora Peak and the Selkirk Mountains. So if getting into the outdoors to experience hiking, maybe do some fishing at some alpine lakes, Idaho definitely has you covered there. All right, now for something a bit different, we're going to talk about lock picking. So there is a locksmith here in Boise, Idaho, who documents himself as he travels out and picks locks. This is actually something that I've stumbled across. Me and my wife have sat through and watched it. I'm really intrigued by it. I actually have a lock picking kit that my wife bought me for Christmas one year. and it's very relaxing to sit down and just try to pick a lock and see if you have that skill set. And that individual who does that is Alex with 84 Locksmith. So if you find yourself locked out of a car or a house or anything, or you lost the key and you need one replicated, definitely call Alex from 84 Locksmith because he will be your guy to help you out. Oh man, now we're going to talk about alligators. I know a lot of people, when they're thinking about moving, they want to move to a place where they aren't opening themselves up to natural disasters, animals that can eat them. As I talk about alligators, I think it's very interesting. One of the most popular videos on YouTube right now, I think it's the third most popular in terms of view count, is about alligators getting loose in Marsing. Now you might be curious where Marsing is. It's actually just located 45 minutes west of downtown Boise, which really hits home for me living in Boise. I was really curious about this one. So in this clip you're seeing, Corbin Maxey is getting called out by the police department of Marsing for loose alligators. Ultimately, I think what it turned out to be was carp. Carp, when they go swimming sometimes in shallow water, you see their fins kind of protruding up. I've gone fishing for carp before, it's really fun. But ultimately, it was something that was blown out of proportion. Do not worry, alligators are not native to Boise. The climate is too cold for them. You'll typically find them on the East Coast, Florida, things like that. But if you did want to go see an alligator, you can do that here. For example, at the Idaho Reptile Zoo. This is actually a place that me and my boys went for a birthday that he was invited to, so it was really fun for my kids to go out and see alligators. But rest assured, again, you're not going to come across these things in the wild. All right, so as I promised, I'm saving the best for last. Now we're going to talk about a mountain lion attack. This is the most popular video on YouTube right now. It was posted roughly 7 months ago. In terms of view counts, like I just said, you're not going to find alligators in the wild here in Boise, but you are going to find mountain lions. There are roughly 2,000 mountain lions here in Idaho. And just so we're all on the same page, fatal attacks from mountain lions are extremely rare in Idaho. But here is a video of Jared Erickson as he was out hunting and a mountain lion essentially started stalking him.
Get back.
I'm amazed that he held out his phone during this process. I can't even imagine thinking about that, but it's really nice that he did. As you see in this clip, you have this mountain lion kind of slowly stalking him. A lot of people think that maybe there were some babies in the area and the mountain lion was protecting them. This did happen. This is something that could happen. Again, it's very rare, but just know if you do move to Idaho, you are sharing your home with mountain lions. That is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Later.